Alessa and I are doing a massive toy giveaway. More on that later. Howdy sinners, and welcome to the Annamarie Tusino channel. It's just like my main channel, except we get a little crazy over here. And nothing screams crazy like dating someone 40 years younger than you. Like, really, what are we doing here? Thanks to our friends at Truly, who are truly one of the pillars of OG YouTube React content, right behind 5-Minute Crafts and Darman, we'll be meeting 23-year-old Leah and 61-year-old Gary, who've been together for 6 years and married for 4. Now, I'm no mathematician, but if the two have been with each other for 6 years, that would mean they met when Leah was 17 years old. Just to put things into perspective. So according to the description of this episode of Love Don't Judge on Truly, which Love might not judge, but we do. Anyway, the couple does have a YouTube channel, which normally I wouldn't talk about because, like, hey, no free clout on the Annamarie Tusino channel. But immediately without watching their Truly episode, it's giving passport, bro. Especially if you look at this little video right here from 11 months ago. The best way to find and date a traditional Filipino woman. And in case you don't know, a passport bro is a Western man who believes that Western women aren't traditional enough anymore because feminism. Feminism is to blame for everything these days. So these Western men seek out women from developing countries to find their own quote-unquote traditional wife. It's just as fetishy and weird as you think it would be. I've been dying to talk about passport bros in depth, so if you'd like a Tusino video on that topic, please let me know below. And consider this video a little taste of what I have to say about that. And further proof I found that this couple, the guy in this couple specifically, is a passport bro is due to the fact that they are affiliates, or they're partnered with this website called dreamfilipina.com. Our team with 13 years of experience will contact you within 24 hours of submitting the form. 13 years of experience with what? So yeah, that's my theory going into this episode. I would love to be proven wrong, but I'm not hopeful about that. So with that being said, let's judge some love.
When we met, I was 56 years old and she was...
Okay, immediately, I'm not even gonna let him speak first. I absolutely hate how they're depicting the height difference here. Like, Truly knows exactly what they're doing. And by itself, there's nothing wrong with dating someone who's extremely shorter or extremely taller than you. That's just how it happens sometimes. But this shot specifically is further emphasizing the age difference between them, in my opinion. And like I said, Truly knows exactly what they're doing here. Tell me you're not trying to appeal to a certain audience without telling me you're trying to appeal to a certain audience. All right, we'll let the man speak now.
When we met, I was 56 years old and she was just 18.
My husband is 38
Just 18. Delayed reaction, but she was just 18, guys. Don't worry, she was legal. I mean, technically, I believe the age of consent in the Philippines is 16. As of 2022, it used to be 12, so good on the Philippines for that progress. 16 is still too young to me, but hey, a win is a win. So legally speaking, Gary isn't doing anything wrong, but on a moral and ethical basis, the jury's still out on that. Before we continue, let's hear a word from today's sponsor, Alessa. Alessa is a bi-women company for all things sexual wellness. And their mission is to empower everyone to embrace, explore, and celebrate their sexuality. I've been a fan of Alessa's toys for years, so let me show you some of my all-time favorites. Now, this first toy has only recently joined the rotation, but I'm already obsessed. And that toy is the Rose. You know her, you love her, you've probably seen her all over your TikTok feed. The Rose has become a household name in her own right. But this is a suction vibrator with 10 different modes to choose from. It's splash-proof, rechargeable, adorable, and fits nicely in the palm of your hand, making it very easy to control. In a similar vein, I also love the Pebble. And just like the Rose, the Pebble is a suction vibrator with no annoying pattern modes. Thank the heavens. However, what I love about the Pebble is that you can control the suction and vibration independently. We're living in the future, folks. And finally, we have have the Air Vibe, a dual stimulation vibrator that comes in the most discreet packaging. But don't let its low profile fool you. It's silent yet deadly. I cannot recommend not just these 3 toys, but all of Bellessa's products enough. So much so that Bellessa and I teamed up to do a giveaway for all the sinners watching at home. Everyone who signs up for my giveaway will receive a free rose suction toy with their purchase. I feel like I'm on the Bachelorette right now. Here, you get a rose, you get a rose, everybody gets a rose. So make sure to click the link at the top of the description to claim your free gift from me and my friends at Bellessa. Thank you, as always, for supporting the second channel, and thank you to Bellessa for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to your scheduled programming.
My husband is 38 years older than me.
Sorry.
Yeah, I actually lied about my age.
I think lying about your age purposely can get you into some very dangerous and predatory situations. That goes to show that Miss Leah here isn't mature enough to date a 61-year-old man, which, like, isn't a diss to her. It's just objectively, like, there is a massive maturity difference between a teenager and a grown adult. Like, he could literally be her grandfather. Really, we should be frowning upon the fact that a then 56-year-old Gary was willing to entertain, to court a teenager who's fresh out of high school, or even still in high school, because some people turn 18 while they're still in high school. So I still think the onus is more on Gary in this case.
Let's call this what it is, legalized sick mind.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that, actually.
People judge us because they assume that I'm with Gary because of his money.
We did not
Hey,
marry.
sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Don't use people for their money. Okay, and I do mean that. I'm not trying to be facetious here. I don't think that's the case here. You know, maybe it is. We'll have to watch and see. You know, we're only like 20 seconds in after all, and I haven't let these poor people speak.
We did not marry for a green card. I've already done that twice before.
Oh, okay, so clearly this is not Gare Bear's first rodeo. Interesting.
We've been together now for almost 6 years.
I'm a housewife and stay-at-home mom, also doing YouTube.
So they have children. Interesting. When literally Leah was just a child not too long ago. Interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, we want to show people that it's possible for an older man in young Filipino could actually fall in love.
When we first met,
I mean, I believe that a young woman and an older man can fall in love, but like it all comes down to the intentions of the older person in this situation. I think after a certain age gaps don't really matter. Like, I think if both people meet and they're above the age of 25, it's like, who cares at that point? But 18 and 56 and now 23 and 61 is just such an extreme age difference, like such a gap in life experience and maturity. Not to say that Leah isn't smart and, you know, capable in her own way, but like just 23 and 61, objectively, you are in 2 different stages of life. He has 40 years of experience over her, and like that could lead to a very mismatched power dynamic. I'll put my haterade down for a second and acknowledge that they live in a very beautiful house. I love the shade of blue on the roof, and it just looks like paradise here, honestly. All right, I'll give you that. This is so random, but I would love to do a cartwheel in their backyard. You ever just get the urge to do a cartwheel?
Yeah, I was 18 when I met Gary, but yeah, I did lie about my age.
we met using a dating app. She actually reached out to me first.
Oh, they always do. The younger people always are the ones trying to get into the relationship with the older man. Like, oh, I didn't even want to be in this relationship at first, but she was just so mature for her age. You know, it's the same playbook every single time, which may very well be the case. But at the same time, it's like, why were you entertaining a teenager at your big age of 56? If he has kids from a previous relationship, they're probably the same age as her, if not older than her. He could have grandkids that are her age. That's insane.
I had a chaperone with me with the first meeting we have, and I was scared. That was my reaction because I never date a foreigner and very...
Listen to your gut feeling, girl. If your gut is telling you that something isn't right, you know, listen to it. Acknowledge it. Your intuition was clearly telling you something. Quick side note here. I just want to say Leah has very nice eyebrows. She really needs to drop the makeup routine.
I was
Excuse me? What the do you mean you were attracted to her innocence? I'm sorry. Okay, we need to do an instant replay. Hold on a sec.
I was
I could just
Corrupted. That is the key word here. Corrupted and innocence. If his intentions weren't clear before, then they definitely are now. His wording is just very interesting to me. Like, why are you purposely seeking out someone who's innocent? Is it because someone who's innocent has less life experience, therefore they're easier to control? Because, like, it's easier for you to mold them into the type of traditional wife you want them to be? The writing is on the wall with this relationship, and I f***ing hate it. I don't even have meaningful commentary right now, just, ugh, ew. What the f***? That's the TLDR.
I could just see in you this was the kind of person I was looking for, because I wanted a traditional type Philippine woman that I could really have a real loving relationship with.
That I could have a real loving partnership with. I clocked it right away. I knew this guy was a passport bro. I knew it. And Gary literally said that he dated women twice in the past for a green card. It makes me wonder, how old were those women when they met? And how old was he? I don't know. Like, is he just purposely seeking younger and younger women from these more quote-unquote traditional countries? Are we looking at the Leonardo DiCaprio of passport bros?
I didn't know you were 18 at the time.
Yeah, I actually lied about my age.
Not that 21 is any better. Let's be real.
18, yeah. But that's legal in the Philippines, so guys, don't worry.
Thank God. Because as we know, there is a stark difference between 16 and 18 years old. If you have to clarify that the age gap in your relationship is legal, that's really saying something. It's like all the red flags are here. Leah, stand up. Oh my gosh. This poor girl. This poor woman.
I said, if I tell him that I am 18, I think there's no way he would consider meeting me.
I didn't care.
If anything, he probably thinks the younger the better. Gary was probably elated to find out that she was still a teenager.
I didn't care whether they were 21, 41. I was actually a little disappointed that she had lied to me. I felt, is this someone I'm going to be able to trust? But I'd already gotten some feelings for her.
Not to sound like a broken record, but like I said a million times throughout this video, being with a 21-year-old isn't exactly a better look. Like, maturity-wise, an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old are pretty similar. You go through a lot of changes in those 3 years, but you're still young. He's probably like, thank God this decrepit 21-year-old is actually a spry and youthful 18-year-old. Innocent. As long as they're young and innocent, Gary will take them.
After living in Asia for 12 years, friends that I knew, they all had young girlfriends. So I kind of got used to dating people much younger than me.
Who the f*** are you hanging out with? You think there's a local passport bro Facebook group where he meets all these other weird guys that prey on young women from developing countries? Probably. Honestly, there's a group for everything. So essentially, this friend group just enables each other when it comes to dating younger, more innocent, corruptible young women.
Lunch is ready. Let's dig in.
Reading hateful
That looks
comments
so good, by the way. Doesn't help that I'm starving right now, that's for sure.
is always fun, isn't it?
Grandpa. Am I young enough to be a granddaughter?
Yeah, actually, technically.
Really?
Yeah. But you look more like my daughter, not granddaughter.
I think that's a bit too much
Yeah,
to say.
Oh yeah, that's good. All right, she can't pass as your granddaughter, but she still passes your daughter. Cool. Awesome. Also, Leah's face card here. Go off, queen.
Actually, I am younger than your son, so that's
You
right.
are. You're, what's it, 6 years younger than my son.
Yeah. Let's call this.
That's good. Cool. That's good. Just what we suspected. So if his son is 6 years older than Leah, that would make him 29 at the time of filming. Imagine your step-parent being younger than you. That is just mind-blowing to me.
Let's call this what it is, legalized. Wow, she was.
They have nothing to say to that. You know, like, why would they at the same time? Like, it's technically not pedophilia, but it is still creepy. Gary still exploited that power dynamic between them.
Wow, she was 18. All these foreigners have a sick mind.
Now, why would they say he has a sick mind. I mean, look at you. You're an adult.
Yeah, I can make my own
You don't
decision.
look like a child.
She's so mature for her age, guys. I'm telling you, she's mature for her age. I don't know, Gary, maybe people are saying you have a sick mind because you're dating a much younger woman than you, who you met when she was still a teenager. Mind you, that didn't stop you. Maybe people are saying you have a sick mind because you've also said that you liked her innocence and how uncorruptible she was from society. The red flags are there, buddy. You're not fooling us.
Gary is a
We
No.
did a lot.
It's not pedophilia, but it's certainly predatory. Gary, more like geriatric. Am I right?
a lot of judgment saying,
I'm a gold digger.
Oh my God. Not the height shot again. Going from the shot where they're laughing at the pedophilia comment to him looking down at Leah like she's his granddaughter, like she's a child. Dude. Like, I'm genuinely so frustrated right now.
you know, we live in the Philippines, and it's not unusual to see a man of my age with a girl of your age.
Well, yeah, that's because men like you purposely go to these countries to seduce young, unassuming women who don't know any better. Like, yeah, no you're surrounded by guys like that.
I've been married 3 times. My first marriage, I'm not proud of it, but I did meet someone and saw an opportunity to get a green card and residency in America. And then my second marriage.
It's giving projection. You know, you can't ridicule your wife for possibly using you for a green card when you did the exact same thing, my guy. At least he acknowledged that he's not proud of it, though.
My second marriage, I was actually in the Philippines, and I was having a difficult time, not making any money, and I was concerned I wouldn't be able to stay in Asia anymore. So the girl I was with, she also had a dream of going to America, so it seemed like, well, this is a win-win. 2 times I have got married with the intent of doing it for a green card, and I'm not proud of this. I'm actually I'm very ashamed, actually, but I like to think I've changed a lot.
I mean, props to him, I guess, for seeing, you know, maybe where he went wrong. But I guess, like, his only solution was to seek out a teenager to date, you know? That's how it works, right?
And of course, now my third marriage, and this one is real. It was purely out of love. I've always been someone that liked to work out, especially now I have a young wife and kids. I think I owe it to them to
A
spend.
young wife who's very mature for her age, guys. I keep telling you.
My friend Andrew's coming later. Andrew is a pastor. I don't think he understood
good.
that we had a
Sorry, not to stereotype. Yeah, no wonder why your friends are okay with your relationship. No wonder why you get compliments. I'm sorry. I am stereotyping. I am being a hypocrite a little, maybe, you know. Andrew could be a lovely gentleman for all we know.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Leah.
How are you?
Great. Oh,
Thanks for coming.
actually, I could look at you and think that you're a father and daughter.
Okay. Also, I'm just clocking this now, but the We the People shirt should have been our initial red flag. Immediately no.
I think God created people, and there've always been age gap relationships, even in the Bible. The issue that I had was people who come over and
God said it's okay, which makes it good, all right? We got God's approval. Okay, does that mean anything to you? This book from 2,000 years ago said it was okay, so I think it's okay. Flawless logic.
And I would just ask anyone to show me where in the Bible it says that there's something wrong with people who have a gap of 50 years. There's nothing.
38.
38.
Close enough.
But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that biblically.
I'm not going to take this pastor's word on pedophilia when he supports a religion that doesn't have the greatest track record with children. I'm not accusing Andrew of personally doing anything to anyone, but let's think about the source of this information here just a little bit.
You have a beautiful family, 2 beautiful kids.
We're blessed.
We have
Bless.
peace in our marriage.
Amen.
We have peace in our marriage. That was me in the background, by the way.
Gary is the one for me. There's so many things I like about him, and he's very mature, you know, being
Well, yeah, girl, he's had 200 years to live on this planet. I'm kidding. 61 isn't that old. In this context, yes, but like in a general sense, 61's not super old.
She makes me feel young and just a joyful personality, and she's intelligent. Oh, and a great cook. People love to make judgments when they don't know you, that they just have assumptions all the time.
Yeah, we do. Like for me personally, I'm simply making judgments based on what you literally said in this video. What literally came out of your mouth. Saying you were attracted to a teenager because of her innocence and not being corrupted by society. Yeah, I am gonna judge you, dude. I think any reasonable person would.
The world is a big place, and there's different cultures that have different kind of ways.
For the sake of their kids, who are obviously very young, I hope their marriage is happy and healthy. And while love may not judge, I definitely do. I'm very curious about what you have to say about these two lovebirds in the comments below. I know I showed their YouTube channel earlier, but please don't go over and leave any comments or messages there. Let's keep the discussion in the comments. If you'd like me to expand on the topic of passport bros or weird age gaps further, please let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Blessed for sponsoring, and yeah, moral of the story, don't be weird. Okay, bye.